Alright guys, what is going on? It is Spherical here, and we are back today with, it sucks to say it, but the finale of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as we have it right now. Again, the final episode, that's been animated, the last episode of part 5, and it sucks, man. Again, I've said this a couple times leading up to this, but I really think this is like the saddest I've felt about ending a series. Like, I don't even want to watch this episode. I just want to, like, you ever have that where you're at the end of a long running series and you're like, oh, let's just put it on the back burner for a little while so I don't have to be sad about it being done. Like, I can't think of anything that I've reacted to that, like, I'm just gonna be upset that it'll be gone. Now, again, granted, we are a little ways into the wait for part 6, so hopefully it won't be as long as me, or as long for me to wait as it has been for you guys. It's been a little bit over a year now, but I think the only thing that possibly would have rivaled it if I hadn't done it so fast would have been Hunter x Hunter. But again, we did like 5 episodes a week of that, so it's done pretty quickly. Plus, we had the manga afterwards. Now, for those of you guys asking, no, I'm not going to read the manga. I don't really ever like to. I like anime. That's what I like. The only reason why why I decided to read Hunter x Hunter, as you guys know, especially now that I'm actually reading it and getting into the latest arc, I'm not convinced this thing's going to be animated by the time, like, I'm fucking retired with YouTube or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a long time. So I kind of had to read it, or else I don't know if I'd ever experience the story with you guys from beyond where the anime ended. But again, part 6 will be coming hopefully very soon. Again, they're off the heels of, and part 5 exploded. I mean, JoJo's was always very popular, right? But each part I think was just substantially more popular than the last, and that's also because I get that's kind of the how it works with almost any anime as the internet's been evolving over the past couple of years. Obviously, you hear a lot more about the currently airing anime than you would have 10 years ago or something like that, but still, I feel like I heard a lot more about part 5 than any other part while it was airing. So again, we all know part 6 is coming soon. It's just a matter of when, right? But yeah, I mean, again, before we get into this, again, this has been one of my favorite. I mean, if we look at the past 2019 and 2020, I think I reacted to 3 of my, like, top 5 favorite series, period. That being JoJo's, Gintama, which I'm reacting to now, and Haikyuu. The past year, or the past, I guess, almost 2 years has been huge. I mean, the Demon Slayer we had last year, obviously currently airing. I guess I didn't watch it currently airing. Hunter x Hunter, I mean, is up there in my top 10. Like, but JoJo's is like on any, like, that shit's in my top 3 probably. I don't know, it's tough. Again, Attack on Titan, Gintama, JoJo, Haikyuu. I think those are like my top 4. And again, 3 of those series are series I hadn't watched just over a year ago. So, but anyways, I mean, I'm going to stop stalling. I think we're going to start this. Again, reminder, we will be doing a full long discussion next time on. So this episode, I won't be discussing everything from the series. I'll do that next time. It'll be kind of just a discussion thing. And then 1 week from today, we'll be starting the next series. So just so you guys know what's up. Anyways, let's get it rolling. No, not quite. I am worried about that rock though. Maybe this is just a misunderstanding arc. We haven't had any of that this part. It happened a couple times in part 4 where there was just innocent fun stand users. I don't know, there is a death involved though, so we'll see. I don't know, I don't... Yeah. That's actually a pretty sweet quote. Huh. Rolling Stones. Dude, a 1-for-1, baby. Let's go. The streak begins now. What the fuck is prophecy? What kind of non-copyright name is that? You could have just been like moving rocks. Maybe I shouldn't be the guy behind the names. So that was the whole point of this arc, was to just kind of show that there was a prophecy. Dude, I feel bad for this guy. He's clearly not like, he's not a bad dude. Oh? So so that's what she did. What? Dude, Misto was not the person they should have sent in. He was the worst person to deal with this guy. And he was actually about to blow his brains out just then. He'll pistol whip you though. Did he just beat the fuck out of him and left? You're the one who just knocked him out. It's fate, man. Or change its shape. Are they gonna get there in time? Does that count if Stan touches it? No, it's just a rock. Oh, nice. So that is smash on the ground. Yeah. I didn't even think of that. And that's what started everything. Damn, man. Now I'm sad. The music and everything. Yeah, I was waiting for it. I knew it would show all three of them at some point. I knew this was going to somehow tie into the future in some way. And there it is. Damn. Are we gonna go back to the present? Yeah, we are. This is it, man. This is the end. Oh, it's empty now. Oh, fuck. What? What? He's still in a turtle? So, I'm with it. I'm with it. It's like, damn. Good. Fuck, man. Okay. Dude, Polnareff's still around. The survivors. Is that it? All right, there is something. Is it gonna be a part, anything to do with part 6? Doesn't, maybe. Dude, what happened to Jotaro and Kobe? Oh, man. This the yo. This is wait. This is straight up. What is this? Fucking Polnareff inside the turtle. Oh, I guess he's dude the black. I guess he's the boss. Is he the boss now? Because I guess he killed. Well, that is it. That ends off part 5 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And man, like I don't know, I remember being so excited to get to part 5. You know, that was the part, that was where everybody was at. It took so long, well over a year and a half, I guess, from start to finish. And now that's it. I don't know, man. Again, I really, there's not very many shows that have made me feel this way about, like, again, we're not even done. We're like, we still have a lot to go with this series, but I don't know, man. So let's talk about the ending. So I will say right off the bat, I just want to point this out because I think it's the most glaring thing about the last 2 episodes is I feel like they should have done something a little bit different about the flashback arc. Like, it just felt weird how it started halfway through the second last episode and then just was most of the last episode. Like, I don't know. I don't know what could have been different because this was obviously necessary part of the story, showing the prediction. I really like that scene, you know, seeing the 3 faces in the stone at the very end. Like, I think what would have been really cool is, like, what if somehow this was an arc very early on in the show, like maybe the arc that introduced us to Bucciarati Squad, but it showed everything the same. But then, like, the 3 faces that were carved in the stone, we didn't actually, like, we didn't get to see them. We knew they appeared, but we didn't get to see who they were or something. And then maybe at the very end of the series, right before we see, or at the very end, we see Mista see the stone again randomly, and then he thinks back to it, and then it reveals to us the 3 faces or something. I don't know. I think that would have been cool because I don't like how jarring it was from Diavolo dead to arc about before everybody was dying and everything was okay. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not sure. But beyond that, though, again, I really like how it tied into the ending. Again, the symbolism in this part, and, like, I don't know. This part did everything the best, I think. I mean, the music, the visuals, the characters, the deaths, everything. I like it's not like it was, you know, oh, this part maybe had a better soundtrack, or this part was a little bit better, you know, story-wise, or I think this was number 1 in literally every respect. And, like, yeah. So Giorno, I guess, dude, the black outfit Giorno, I'm looking at it on my screen. That is it has, like, flowers on it too. Dude, that is sexy. So yeah, he's the boss now after, you know, having killed the boss, I guess. But dude, we never. So okay, two things. So I'm just going through, like, the cons, like, straight off the bat, because there were a couple cons with this part, as with any part. Fugo and Purple. We literally saw Purple Haze once in this entire part. Now, I'm not upset that Fugo left. I think it actually added some weight to the decision. The fact that somebody actually, you know, Fugo couldn't do it, right? But I wish we could have saw Purple Haze in this flashback arc or something, because Purple Haze is such a cool stand, and we saw him once. And then also, what the fuck happened to Koichi and Jotaro? They're supposed to be watching, dude. Koichi, is Koichi still watching over Giorno? Because he's gonna have a lot of explaining to do when Jotaro asks what's been happening with Giorno, and Koichi's like, oh, you know, he's the boss of the mafia. I mean, things have changed since we last spoke. How long has this part been taken? Like, how long is the time span in this arc, by the way? I'm kind of curious. Like, it can't have been, like, each part hasn't been over a super long time span, so I would assume probably a matter of, like, weeks, maybe months. Possibly. It's hard to tell though. Because there isn't really a good passage of time. Like, there's no indicator of how long everything takes in this series. So I have no clue how long this part took, but it can't have been super long. So his ascension to the boss must be pretty shocking. And so again, the survivors: Giorno, Mista, Trish, Polnareff, who's a ghost or a soul without a body. Polnareff, man. Let's fucking go. I'm not sure what relevance he's still going to play in the series, but Giorno kept the arrow too. Again, now as with the end of part 4, I'm really curious, like, how many of these characters are going to reappear? Because again, with part 4, I didn't feel like really anybody from Morio would return, because Morio felt very secluded from everything else that happened in the series. But Koichi did show up again in this part, and of course Jotaro. So I'm curious, because realistically, I think Giorno is by far and wide the most separated JoJo from the rest. Like, did he meet Jotaro? He fought with Koichi, but did he even meet Jotaro? I can't remember. I don't think so. Now, obviously, Giorno is Dio's son, so it's a little bit different, but it's a very weird case, because it would feel weird to have Giorno return in the series, but he has like no association to the other, like, Jotaro and Joseph and Josuke, the 3 JoJo's that are still alive. Hasn't met any of them, so yeah, I'm kind of curious. Like, I think this part definitely felt the most secluded from everything else, though. Like, parts 1, well, maybe, no. Parts 1, 2, and 3 all felt like Dio's story from start to finish, right? Part 4 felt like a new beginning with Kira and everything. It felt pretty secluded from everything, but now part 5 feels even more secluded from everything else. I mean, the only tie-ins from previous parts were that Jotaro and Koichi showed up. The story of the arrow and Dio obviously passed on to this part. And Polnareff. That is it. Nothing else really carried over from the previous parts, besides the basic JoJo universe, right? Stands and everything. So I'm really curious to see, like, how these characters, I don't know. Because, like, for example, seeing, like, Mista and Joseph Joestar in the same place right now would just feel really weird to me. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if these characters have a future in the series, and I guess part 6 will probably tell us. So, what else happened in this episode? I mean, the presentation of everything. Again, I don't know. This part was awesome from start to finish. Again, I want to talk about, like, stacking it up against the other parts. Again, I'm gonna save that for my discussion video on Tuesday, which is gonna be pretty fun. But now we have to look forward to part 6. Now, I really have no clue about anything in part 6, besides the fact that the JoJo's a female. And that's it. Don't know where it takes place. Don't know how long it is. Don't really know much. So nothing I can really, speak on that I'm looking forward to. But again, I'm just looking forward to the part, period. So hopefully we don't have to count off too many days before it's announced. Again, I feel like the announcement we're due for within like a year. And then, the actual anime a year or so after that. I mean, that we can only hope, right? So anyways, though, I think that is going to finish us up for this episode. Again, if you're worried that this discussion was a little bit short for the finale, don't worry, we're not done. I will be back on Tuesday. I'm going to talk about all the parts, rank all the openings, talk about my favorite characters, my least favorite characters, and just basically everything, parts 1 to 5, my summary of how I feel about the entire show, because I feel like this is a series that needs that, with so many different parts, so many different characters, so much different things to talk about now that we're done, and to compare now that we've seen everything. So we'll do that on Tuesday. And then we'll start the series that wins the fan vote that's currently happening on Patreon on Friday. So anyways, as always, early access and full length, that is down at patreon.com/FaragleFilms. And with that out of the way, thank you guys for watching. And talk to you guys Tuesday with that discussion. But unfortunately, this is the end of the final reaction for probably at least a couple of years, or at least a year, I'll say. So talk to you guys on Tuesday. And then after that, I'll talk to you guys someday with the premiere of part 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Until then, peace out.